Hurt because male best friend has started hitting on me now that I'm single. Am I wrong to feel kind of hurt? I have a male best friend who I met when I was in a relationship. My partner at the time had met him and knew about everything, and it was strictly platonic. He would often tell me I was his best friend, and so I thought I had a beautiful, solid friendship. Fast forward about a year and I'm now going through a painful breakup and single. I reached out to this friend as I really needed support, and we met up for my birthday. For a few drinks to take my mind off it. What happened next is that he told me he'd always had feelings for me and tried to kiss me, which I rejected. He apologized, but it's left me in a weird headspace because, for one, I am going through a rough time with the breakup and didn't really need that. And the most painful reason was that I thought he was my friend, but turns out the whole time there were romantic feelings on his side, and I feel lied to. I don't know if it's in my best interest to cut this friendship off. Any advice? This has happened with every male friend I have ever had. There isn't anything wrong with realizing you have romantic feelings for a friend. It happens. My issue with this is when he chose to address that. He decided to tell you that when you were vulnerable and in pain. This is a huge red flag. I'm guessing he is hoping for the whole rebound thing, which seems predatory. Even if it wasn't, he chose to put himself ahead of his friend who needed support. No, you are not wrong to feel hurt by his actions. He wasn't direct about his feelings and instead pretended to be your friend in order to shoot his shot when you are most vulnerable. Honestly, there is nothing wrong about having feelings for a friend. But the way he went about confessing them makes me think he is just another slimeball playing the long game. If you are going through a difficult time, you don't need to worry about what he is going to do. He will try again. When you meet someone else, he will be angry and jealous. He needs to move on since you are not interested. Spending time with him wouldn't help that. It sucks. But the solution is simply this: clearly tell him that you aren't looking for a relationship with him, that you don't see him in a romantic light, and that likely isn't changing. If he bugs out, he wasn't a friend, he was just waiting. If he sticks around, 50-50 on being a friend who was willing to try for more, or he doesn't respect what you said and is still waiting. It's not a great reality, but it's the reality we've got. Oh hey, we must know the same guys. I dumped my last long-term boyfriend and started dating someone else right away. And these boys were actually mad that I didn't give a single one of them a shot. Like they were on a goddamn pussy waiting list. I did had one person who admitted to me that he was only my friend because he eventually thought he would have a chance with me. Gross and completely inappropriate. I definitely cut him off after that. Otherwise, my other male friends are strictly that friends, and they know it, and I know it, and they know that I know. Girl, it's okay to feel hurt. This has happened so many times to me. It even happened with my lifelong best girlfriend. It feels like a violation. To me, it is. The trust is broken irreparably. I hate to say it, but it's best to assume this and be guarded. Which fucking sucks. I've had several male friends confess their feelings to me over the years. And only one of them moved on, and we managed to keep a healthy friendship. Take that as you will. Okay, I'm going to let you in on my little secret. Make friends with guys who have a specific type. And that type is nothing like you. Alternatively, be ugly. Works wonders for me. Love my friends, haha. I don't have any straight male friends anymore for this exact reason. I had a so-called friend do this to me. The worst part was that whole friend group got in on it and tried to set us up. Not even a week after a really bad breakup. You are entirely valid to feel betrayed here. He let you down when you needed him most. That's a bad friend. He prioritized himself over you and your friendship. Needless to say, I dropped the entire friend group. Not worth being treated like an object to be passed around to the next bidder. This has happened with every male friend I've had. When I broke up with my ex of 5 years, basically every guy friend I had asked me out, including my best friend. I am no longer friends with any of them. And my ex-best friend and I don't even talk anymore. Why is this so overly common? I have had it happen a couple times and it's frustrating. It's great when you find the male friends who just want to be platonic friends. Cut it off. He'll leave you when he gets a girlfriend. I know from experience. Experiencing it over and over with different male best friends. The vast majority of them see us as resources, not as friends. It was his turn now that you're single. You're not wrong at all, it's violating. Because he lied about your friendship consistently. Easily. You have no idea what his intentions were or are. It's like you were friends with someone else. Men generally are not friends with women. They are waiting for exactly this scenario. He's not your friend. Wow, what a nightmare. Cutting him off doesn't sound like a bad idea. What kind of friend tries to make a move on someone who's obviously in a bad place? He sounds selfish and your feelings are 100% justified. I'm sorry your friend wasn't who you thought he was. Men are fake as F. My dad was such a misogynistic twat. But the one valuable thing he taught me was how guys trying to be friends with you out of the blue are in it for one reason only. It's not all guys, of course. But in my experience, it's been most of them. Being fuck-zoned really sucks and I'm sorry this happened to you. I would end that friendship. A dude shooting his shot when you're in a vulnerable state is not a friend. He's a snake in the grass. What women think of as a male best friend usually is an orbiter circling like a vulture waiting for the right moment to pounce. Had the same thing happen to me. It fucking sucks. I would. Not because of the romantic feelings but because he's a jackass who dumped his own feelings all over you rather than giving you the support you obviously needed at the time. A decent, intelligent person would say to themselves, I really like this woman. I have feelings for her, but right now what she needs from me is emotional comfort because she is suffering. I'll keep those feelings for another time when sharing them won't harm her or our current friendship. I have been lucky enough to have a couple of strictly platonic male friends over the years that never made a move no matter what the situation. But so many more men I had to cut friendships with due to them catching feelings and never disclosing until I was vulnerable. It is possible, but not the rule to be sure. There's no such thing as a purely platonic male friend. Unless he's gay, a relative, or you are significantly less attractive than him. Otherwise, there is always a dirty underlying motive for him being around you. His timing and conduct were unbecoming of someone who is supposed to be a friend. It's not that a friend could develop feelings for another over time. That's the story of just about every relationship that there ever was. But the fact that he tried his luck when you were in a low spot reeks of desperation and is inappropriate as hell. Shame on him. It's the most upsetting thing to go through. So many men are only friends with a woman when she's not available. All they are doing is waiting. It's disappointing that so many men are like this. I'm sorry you felt this too. XXX. There was recently a study I saw that said the majority of opposite gender friends who were heterosexual, one or both had feelings for the other one at some point. So I don't think having feelings necessarily makes someone not a real friend. But what concerns me most here is the timing of his confession and also trying to kiss you. You just got out of a relationship and were out with him as a friend for support. He chooses that time to not only confess his feelings but also make a move on you. Those are some signs of not a good friend.